Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Brandy. If you are new here and if you're not, welcome back. So in today's book review, we are reviewing Hookshot, the third book in the Hoop series by Kennedy Ryan. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, hopefully by the time you watch this video and finish it, you go purchase the books, read it, then come back so we can chit chat about it. So if this is your first video from me, the way I like to do my book reviews is the first half, I go over the summary, I go over the rating, I go over why I like the book or why I didn't like the book, and why I would suggest or not suggest the book to you all. And if you like videos like this, continue watching. So what I like to do is read the summary of the books. If the summary is long, I summarize it and give it to you guys, but this one is really not long, so let's get into it. So the summary of Hookshot says it is a single divorced dad in the final years of his basketball career. Kenan Ross's perfect life has blown up in his face. He's still picking up the pieces when he meets Lotus Dupree, a wildflower, a storm, a kick to his gut, and a wrench in his plans from the moment their eyes meet. He promised himself he'd never trust a woman again, but he's never wanted anyone the way he wants Lo. At 25, Lotus is finally living out her dream, becoming a force in New York's fashion scene. Focused on her future and not looking for love, she's seen where trusting a man leaves you. Kenan is the last thing she needs, but from the moment they meet, she's drawn in. Even if he's 11 years her senior and opposite in every way. When Kenan moves to New York for the summer to be near his daughter, Lotus can no longer avoid the attraction that poses between them, but she still won't let him in. Not after what she's been through, except Kenan wants her badly. He'll do anything to knock down her defenses. He won't give up on her, and soon she's no longer sure she wants him to. So you guys, I really love this book. I really loved Hookshot. If I had to pick which one was my favorite out of the Hoop series or put them in order, it would be Hookshot, Longshot, and Blockshot. Because girl, if you see my previous review on Blockshot, you know Banner, her non-boundary setting behind made me so mad. But I did rate that book a 4-star. It was good, but it wasn't my favorite. So let's get into how I felt about this book. So first of all, I gave this book a 4-star. Where's my notes? Y'all know if you a returner, you know I got my notes in my notebook because child, I done read several more books after this and I don't remember. So what I liked about this book is it has some good character development. I don't really remember much character development in Longshot. I just remember all of the triggering stuff that happened. And then when it came to Blockshot, I didn't really see any character development, and that's probably why Banner pissed me off so much. But in Hookshot, I've seen lots of character development, and the reason why I think the characters developed so well is because they came from a space where they were like, no, 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 I'm not giving anybody a chance with me. And they had to learn, like, it's not you dealing with people, it's not you dating, it's the people that you are dating. It's not you getting married, it's the person that you're married to. So they had, the way Kennedy wrote this book, so much character development. I loved it so much. This book does have trigger warnings, so I highly suggest you Google the trigger warnings before reading the book. One that I can remember off the top of my head is rape. So if that is a trigger for you, I do not recommend you reading this book. It does go into detail. However, it's only a little part of the book, maybe a chapter. It's not like drawn throughout the entire book, but that is a trigger warning that is in this book. So if that's something that you don't want to read about, then I would just say not read this book. And as I said before, this is my favorite book in the series because it just did what it needed to do for me. Long Shot, it was triggering, and I'm like, wow, I've never been through that stuff, but wow, like, wow. And then Block Shot, it was just, it was more YA in my opinion. And then this one, it was more adult. I can kind of put myself in their shoes, and even though I haven't experienced what they were experiencing, I can kind of understand. So that's why I just liked this book better. So I gave this book a 4 stars. The writing was beautiful. Character development was my favorite. The storyline was just perfect. Adding little stuff in there like for different cultures, different religions. You get to view other aspects of life. Like you get to be introduced to things that you probably don't even know about. So that's why I really love this book. And if I had to give the whole series a rating, I will rate the entire series a solid 4. Like, Miss Kennedy did her thing with this book. She really did. She did her thing with the series. The Hoop series is thebomb.com. Now, what I can tell you is that she has a few, let me look. I think she has 2 other short stories that go with the Hoop series, and I didn't really read them because I'm not really interested in staying in this Hoop series any longer than what I've already been because I got other stuff I need to read. But one of them is called Hoop Shorts, and then the other one is called The Close-Up. So if you do decide to partake in a series, just know that there is 2 other short books that goes with the series. I don't feel like if you read them, or I don't feel like if you don't read them that you're gonna miss out on some information, because this series they can be standalone. So it's not like you have to read the first book to know what they're talking about in the second book, and you have to read the second book to know what they're talking about in the third book. That's not the case for this series. She does mention characters from each book over to the next book. So like Banner is mentioned in this book and she's from Block Shot, but you're not missing anything. So I will assume if you didn't read the other short books part of this series, Hoop Shorts and Close Up, I don't think you'll miss anything. Really quick, I forgot to mention that this book does have drama, trauma, romance, and it is a love story. So if that's your thing, get into the book. Like, if that's your thing, get into the book. The trauma, again, goes with the trigger warning. So if that's not your thing, then don't get into it. But it's not overwhelming, I don't think. I don't think it's as overwhelming as any of the trigger warnings in Long Shot. So if you could get through Long Shot, then this one is like a piece of cake. So if you've gotten this far and you have not read the book, pause here, go read the book, then come back and visit me in the comments so we can chat, okay? Okay. All right, so let's start with my favorite quote in the book. My favorite quote was actually from Lotus, and it said, "I don't have to know everything about where I'm going tomorrow to enjoy today. So I just take it as it comes." And y'all, I really love that, especially for her, because obviously you already read the book, so you already know how this quote relates to her life. Especially for her because she was in a space where she couldn't move away from her trauma, and her trauma was taking over her life in a sexual aspect. So when she sees Kenan enter her life, she wants to be like, no, I don't want to deal with him, but he's for her. And the way he just stuck around and he was like, you finna be my girl type of thing. I felt like this quote was just beautiful because you really have to just enjoy the moment and fill it out. Just give everything a chance, at least a one chance, and just determine based on your experiences if that's gonna work for you. So the trigger warnings, of course, rape and divorce. You guys, that her telling her story about being raped as a child and her mom literally picking the dude over her, it pissed me off, because in today's society, we always talk about how there are a lot of deadbeat dads, right? But we never talk about deadbeat moms and what that can look like. This particular situation is an example of a deadbeat mom. When you are so caught up in what a man can do for you financially that you push your kids away, you're a deadbeat. You're a deadbeat, because there is no way a man can physically abuse my daughter and I pick him over her. And then not only did she pick him over her, she knew he was lying, and she sent the child to her grandma, Mimi. And I'm just, for the life of me, I'm like, what type of mom are you to not believe your child? Because I'm a mother of two, and I know if my child is lying. I can tell if she's making stuff up, and even if she isn't, I want her to be able to trust me. And when you go and you tell your mom, like, he touched me, he raped me, and she acting like she don't believe you because she needs to be with him for the financial reasons, and she choosing him over you, like, you a deadbeat. So that, and I'm so glad they didn't draw that out throughout the book, because it would have been hard for some people to read, but it was heartbreaking. And the reality is, it happens today. That's the sad reality, is that it happens today. And so that's one thing I like about Kennedy Ryan's writing, is that she discussed things that even if you didn't go through those things, it's happened in present time today. So it's good to be aware, and it's good to read these stories so that you are aware of how things be happening to people. And it can mess some people up, just like it messed her up. Sexually, she wasn't respecting her body. Like, she was doing a do, but there was nothing attached to it. So when you don't have any feelings attached to it, you are literally just running through guys. You're just running through guys because you're an addict, right? But there's no feelings attached, and you're just running through guys, and that's not good. So Lotus, she detached emotionally from sex, and like I just said, that is, it's not good, because you're gonna have it and there's no emotion involved. So you are literally just gonna be circling the block and hitting up everybody just for the feeling, but I was happy that she did go to the support group to get help, because a lot of times after you done told somebody something, and no matter what the situation is, after you done told somebody something and they don't believe you, you're gonna feel like nobody's gonna believe you. Nobody's gonna believe you, nobody's gonna care. And that's why it be taking a long time for some women that has this happen to them to speak out, because if I told my mom and she didn't believe me, what makes you think I'm gonna believe that you don't believe me? So I'm happy that she finally took that necessary step to go to the support group, talk her feelings out with someone, a professional, and be around people it's happened to. That way she knows that she's not alone and that she can get help. So let's get over to Kenan. Child, Kenan's ex-wife Bridget, she was finna get these paws through this book. Because, okay, so Kenan's story, right? He went through the divorce with his wife. She cheated on him. And so with that story, I can understand both sides. So let's talk about Kenan's side. You cheated on me. That's the end all, right? So if you cheat on me, yeah, let's go on and wrap this up. Because to me, cheating is the worst thing you could really do to me in a relationship. Like, if you don't want to be with me, then just leave me. Don't cheat on me, because my heart is already going to be broken because you don't want to be with me. And now you finna go cheat on me. And then you cheat on one of the people that's close to me. Like, girl, you was messy with the cheating. You didn't even go find you somebody else outside of where your husband be. He's a basketball player. He's a basketball player, and you couldn't go find somebody else, a rapper, a singer. Like, you went, girl, is you stupid? Is you dumb? Then she did the whole like Basketball Wives type show. Because she needs some income coming in, right? So that's just embarrassing. But I felt bad for Kenan because he was trying to be a good co-parent. He was trying to be active in his child's life. He knew it was going to be hard on his daughter because she was a teenager. And, you know, teenagers take it really hard when their parents are getting divorced, especially when they've been around, they've been together a lot of your childhood life. That's something hard to recover from. And then moving all around because your dad is a basketball player, like, that's hard to recover from. But on Bridget's side, when it comes to the divorce, I understood why she cheated. I just didn't like the fact that she cheated. I understood why she cheated, and I don't like the way that she cheated. Like, she cheated because she was lonely. And while you knew what you signed up for because your husband was a basketball player, her husband also knew that she could eventually be lonely. And I feel like before things happen, you see the signs. You hear the signs, you see the signs. Women, we complain a lot. And we're gonna tell you how we feel. And I feel like she probably did. And he was just so busy doing what he was doing with work that he really just didn't pay attention. And when you read the book and you start seeing how his mom was comparing how he is to his father and how she is and blah, 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 you kind of get it. Like, and then mom was explaining how Bridget probably just wasn't for him. And I think they were not for each other, because you have to be a strong individual to be married to a basketball player. If you're not there 24/7 traveling with him on the road every game he goes to and just being that basketball wife, it's hard. It's hard. And then you got kids, like, it's hard. You got a house to run. And you do get lonely because you want to be stable for your child. You don't want to be doing all this moving around and all of this stuff. You want to be stable. The goal is to always be stable when you have children. And so I understood why Bridget cheated, but that don't make it right. Like, it does not make it right, okay? And she was just embarrassing to even go on that show. And for real, like, the Basketball Wives and all that, them shows, I used to love them shows, but it's kind of like, what else do y'all have besides this show after you guys are no longer with the professional athlete? Like, what else did you have? Nothing. So because you guys are no longer together, now you're trying to create this show, and it just brings a whole bunch of pettiness, drama, and all of that. Because why she had those cameras at their therapy session? Why would you do that? And you already know that your child is going through because of this divorce. Why would you bring the set there? Like, that's embarrassing. I hated that. Like, Bridget, I really wanted to pop her, but her character development was so good. I really loved her character development because she ended up just accepting the fact that I'm no longer married and we're not gonna be together no more. And it is what it is. and I have to just forgive or forget or whatever, and we just gonna have to rock this co-parent thing. I asked for forgiveness, and you know, it is what it is. Her character development was amazing. Her character development was my favorite. And I'm only talking about the main 3 characters because you guys already read the book if you're watching this part of the video. So Ken, I feel like he was just a bigger person when it came to their relationship. I really do. Like, he was trying to do whatever he could to make sure his daughter was straight, and to make sure even Bridget, you know, her feelings, like he was being the bigger person, because really some of the stuff he was being a bigger person about, I just couldn't do it. Like, I would be ready to just pound her face, because why would you just pop up at my house without letting me know that you're gonna be there? Why would you bring my child over here without letting me know that you're bringing my child? Now, my child didn't caught me and my girl in the middle of a session because I didn't even know she was gonna be there. Like, that's embarrassing. I think Bridget did that on purpose. When it comes to Lotus, she was a little weird. You know, she was from Louisiana, and her grandmother did all of that voodoo and child shit. That part of the book, like, it exposed me to something I didn't know about, but it was kind of weird. It was really weird. Y'all, let me know in the comments how y'all felt about all that stuff, her spirituality, and how her grandmother practiced voodoo, and how she really passed the stuff along down to her, and how she listened to spirits. And if this is your true religion and this is what you practice, this is not to down talk that. It's just, you know, it was different for me. And how did you guys feel about that? And her coming into a relationship and exposing that stuff to Kenan, he was kind of like, child, what? Is you serious? What? Because she saved him from dying. The spirit told her about baby girl when baby girl overdosed. Like, it was kind of scary, but you know, that's her religion, that's what she practiced. So I don't down talk nobody's religion, because I don't want nobody down talking mine. So it was just weird to me. It wasn't weird, it was different. Let me stop saying weird. It was different to me. So I was just like, wow. And it was different to Kenan. He was like, child, what? But she was coming through with the come through. As far as Lotus's mom passing away, I would not have, like, I understood why she went to the hospital. She went to the hospital for her. But I wouldn't have went to the hospital at all. You can call me petty, whatever, but you let this man do this to me, and now you dying, and now my auntie and all them calling me to run up to the hospital? Absolutely not. She ain't been in my life. This lady ain't called me. She don't know what I do for a living, none of that. So absolutely not. Let her die. Let her pass on the way she gonna pass on, because she passed me on. So yeah. I love how they brought Banner back, because Banner was working with Kenan, and I love that, even though Banner didn't have no boundaries and Bloodshot, but I love how she brought Banner back around, because obviously she worked in sports. She's a sports agent. She was Kenan's sports agent and all of that. I love the happy ending. I love that Kenan was able to overcome all of the crap he was going through with his divorce and fall in love. He knew he loved Lotus, but he can only do what she will allow. And I love how Lotus set those boundaries at the beginning, because she needed those boundaries set so that she can overcome what she was going through. I loved that she set those boundaries, and she did everything when she was ready, and Kenan respected that. Like, he allowed her to do when she was ready to do. So I really love that. Those were just my favorite parts of the book. I really loved this book. This series was really good. I would highly recommend it to anybody who is just trying to get introduced to Kennedy Ryan. Kennedy does no wrong in my eyes. Now, that's not to say if she write a book that I don't like, They ain't gonna let y'all know. But so far, she has done no wrong in my eyes. I really loved this series. I've been recommending it to my friends and they've been picking it up. So if you got this far in the video, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know if you read this series. Let me know how you feel about it. Go back and watch the review on Block Shot. I did not do one for Long Shot because I wasn't even doing book 2 when I read Long Shot, but it was good. And I have it on my book rack. But leave me a comment. Shout in my comments. Let me know how you felt about Hook Shot. Let me know how you felt about Bridget, Kenan, Lotus, the daughter. Like, because the daughter has some stuff going on too, which I really didn't want to get into because I really just wanted to talk about the main characters. But if you've gotten this far, you have not subscribed, subscribe. Because I'm coming back with another book review and I don't want you to miss it. Okay? Until next time, peace out.